Greetings and salutations, friends of Goochland. This has been an interesting week, and it's only 3 days old. I've got a couple things that I want to talk about. I was going to do an additional history of the West Creek area, how we got to where we were going. A friend is kind enough to do a deep dive into all the paperwork and proffers and everything about West Creek from back in 1988 when I kind of left off after C.B. Robertson III was finished with his acquisition, and where the bank was actually using it as an investment property. But I wanted to talk about two other things that have popped up. One, apparently the Board of Supervisors has memorialized that the citizens in East Goochland are expendable, and they're going to do a zoning action. I'm going to start with that. And in the end, I want to talk about the possibility, maybe even probability, of not one 765 kV line going through the counties, but several, and maybe more than one route. So I'm going to start with a short video. This video was from the county. It was a video of their Planning Commission meeting. During the comments section, Deputy County Administrator Sarah Worley got up and talked about the plans, the staff's plans to change the M-1 and M-2 zoning use standards, but only for districts 1, 2, and 3. So here she is, announcing it for the first time to the Planning Commission and to the public.
Mr. Chairman, hello. Before we move on, my name is Sarah Worley. I'm the Deputy County Administrator here for Goochland County. I oversee community and economic development. And tonight I'd like to take a quick opportunity to let you know of some work that we're doing here in the planning office as directed by the board. As you may recall, data center use was added in the M1 and M2 zoning districts in 2014. In November of last year, the county adopted the TOD that provided standards for data centers who may locate inside of the TOD. Those standards do not apply to data centers outside of the TOD. With the location of the Valley Lake transmission in the western end of our county, many citizens have become concerned that data centers could possibly be located outside of our eastern growth area. While the likelihood of that actually happening is very limited, the board would like to further reduce the possibility by amending the zoning ordinance for M1 and M2 to set development standards for data centers outside of our eastern growth area. I encourage all citizens to stay tuned to this work. It will be our goal to have a proposed amendments ready by the end of August to share with our community. As with all ordinance amendments, there will be multiple opportunities for the public to weigh in through a transparent process that we have followed in the past that will include community meetings, public hearings before the Planning Commission and the Board of Supervisors. Thank you.
Thank you.
M1 says that there will be no nuisance kind of light industry in light industry. It was supposed to be office buildings, restaurants, shops, that kind of stuff. But it got changed in 2014 when they put data centers in there without any study. They put data centers in there. And the M1 zoning wasn't changed. It still said it should not be inconsistent with residential neighborhoods right next door. And that's because it's more than a nuisance, it's a danger. So right now, they've decided that districts 1, 2, and 3 M1, we got to protect those people. Districts 4 and 5, not so much. You're all newcomers, we don't really care about you. That's the optics in this. That's the optics. May not be the truth. They'll probably say, we want to preserve the rural character. I don't wish evil for them. I'm pretty sure they don't wish evil for me. That's the first issue. The second issue is ever much as critical. If you have ever watched the old TV series with Robert Falk called Columbo. Columbo, he always said something about coincidences. Isn't it a coincidence that? Isn't it a coincidence that? Well, let me give you some isolated cases of it seems like there's nobody planning this, but I'm thinking that they're really planning it quite well. There's just too many coincidences. As many of you know, the largest gas power plant in Virginia is proposed right across the county line in Cumberland and Powhatan. The largest in Virginia. Natural gas power plants are better than coal, but still, they're fossil fuels and they pollute the air with a new kind of pollutant, a PM 2.5, the kind that gets in your bloodstream through your lungs. That's one thing. Another thing, NextEra or Dominion or Valley Link or whoever they are has put in an application for 100 and some miles of 765 kV lines. They're huge, 190 some feet. They have to be so high because the power is so high that people standing below it are going to feel the zap. They are. That's the science. This is not fiction. So they've got these lines coming in, and right now they're debating where they want to put the lines. And because Goochland was making so much noise, they moved most of them off into Fluvanna County. And they left one little corner that cuts right through a family's property. I'm going to go out and talk to them because this is real people we're talking about. And I'd like to show you their land because it's a family land, multi-families living on this land. I mean, it's one family, but there's many family groups. And it's real people that are living out there. But the bad news is that Fluvanna County got more than they had originally planned on. And nobody should have any of these things. But so they haven't picked an endpoint for either the Yates or the Joshua Falls. They haven't picked an endpoint yet. And that's kind of unusual, you think, at first, that poor planning. I think that's a coincidence. So we've got this line going up with 765 without endpoints. We've got this megawatt power plant going up right next door to us. And we have in Northern Virginia now a new proposal for a data center campus. And it's horrible. So I'm going to show a better shot on the screen. You see in the lower right quadrant of this chart is the Manassas National Battlefield, a place where Americans met in disagreement and thousands of us died. Thousands of us. And that battlefield has been a sacred place in Virginia and in America ever since. Ever since. And people care about it. Well, not all people. Not all people. The data center people don't care about it. I'm not sure about the Prince William County Board of Supervisors because they're considering putting a data center all around here. Let me get some stats for you in just a second because believe it or not, I got some numbers from some folks. Oh, speaking of numbers, the gas plant down in Cumberland is going to be 900 acres. 900 acres, same as the proposed data campus here. Let me go back. So this map all of these areas here in colors are about 43 million square feet of data center complex buildings. Twice the size of the old proposed digital gateway. It's going to require 6 to 12 gigawatts of energy. 6 to 12 gigawatts. That is, I don't know what the math is, 10 times more power, plus or minus, than what this data center, proposed data center down here going to be, down in eastern Goochland. So, 6 to 12 gigawatts. They don't have the power to do that. They don't have the power to do it. They will need power piped in, or they'll have to build their own gas power plant. And that's years and years and years away. Well, they've already got one approved, and I think the shovel's turned already in Cumberland. So what do they need? They need power, lots of it. More than a single 765 kV line. So it's possible they'll say, you know, we already got the right of way. Now we can pick the beginning and the end points, because now we know what size we need. We need 2 765 lines running into this new, I'll say 10 gigawatt power campus. 43 million square feet. They're going to have 2,500 to 5,000 generators. 2,500 to 5,000. And think of the watershed. I mean, if any of you been up there, you know that it's close to the Occoquan, close to the Potomac. This is just crazy. This is just crazy. So it's coincidental, is it, that there's uncertainty in our 765 kV in Fluvanna, Goochland, and other counties. They don't know where the endpoints are. That's because they haven't figured the scale out yet. But we know there's a 900 watt power plant being built. And we know that it, you know, in closeness speak, that's pretty close to Northern Virginia. So I'm asking you, as a Central Virginian, to write the Prince William County supervisors and tell them no. Tell them that Virginia doesn't need that data campus. I'll put some language. You can cut and paste. I'm putting the email addresses of the Board of Supervisors. This is critical. We've got to stop this insanity. Absolutely insanity. It's nutso enough here in Goochland County. Netflix is just, I mean, I swear they have got to be packing their bags to come out here. They don't want to move here, of course, but they might come out and make a picture. Too many coincidences. Please write the Prince William County Supervisors, write the governor, write FERC, write the State Corporation Commission. Tell them we don't need these 765 kV lines going through our lands, going through our communities, going through our culture, cutting all that in half, shredding us. And, you know, if you got time, write our Board of Supervisors. I know they're listening. They say they are. Except to the eastern half. We're expendable. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned.